Welcome to a special edition of Madison HD Sportsnet presented by the JMU Alumni Association. I'm John Martin and here with new head women's tennis coach James Bryce. First of all, James, welcome to Harrisonburg. We're glad to have you here.
Thank you very much. Excited to be here.
Let's talk a little bit about your background because you've had a diverse background. Spent the last year at Mississippi State,
Yep.
but you transitioned from St. Leo and really building that program. Talk about the building of that program there.
Yeah, well, I got to St. Leo in 2009 after being at Columbus State for a couple of years where I learned a lot. And when I went to St. Leo, we were probably at the bottom end of Division II. And in the last year there, both teams had them in the top 10 in the country. So I had to be really patient, really had to build the program on a day-to-day basis, and went overseas with a lot of the recruiting that we did. And in the classroom, really did a lot of good things as well, with the teams producing a lot of academic All-Americans and over a 3.5 GPA. So we're really proud of those things that we did. And then on the Mississippi State this last year in the SEC, got some great experience there, and we're excited to be at JMU and building this program up as well. Now,
we'll meet your assistant coach later, but can you talk a little bit about her? Because you may know more about her than most people know about their assistants.
Absolutely. Well, my wife, Erin, she's going to be my assistant, so we're excited. She's volunteered for me at St. Leo, so she knows how we do things. She was the volunteer at Mississippi State as well. So she's got a lot of good experience. She was a good junior player growing up in Florida as well, and then she's actually coached at West Alabama before we met, and that's actually how we met as well. So when I was at Columbus State, teams played each other, and we met from there. And it's been a great experience to be around her and to interact with her, but also go home to her every night as well.
Well, and you talked a little bit now about the recruiting standpoint and going overseas. Obviously, you aren't from the United States. How much does that help you in terms of being able to go internationally recruit?
Oh, it definitely helps a lot. I mean, anytime we go overseas, especially to Europe, having that connection to a lot of European players, a lot of coaches over there I've met over the years, we definitely do try and put our standpoint and stamp over there when we can. But I think being at JMU, we're able to attract from this area as well. So I think, first and foremost, we're going to try and recruit from the domestic-based kids, and then we're going to try and broaden from there if we need to. But anytime I go overseas, I feel really comfortable. I feel like we can definitely, get those kids here if we needed to. And ultimately, we want the best student-athlete to come to JMU at the end of the day.
Now, is it a little bit of a daunting task taking over for someone that's been the mainstay for 38 years here at JMU?
It's not my first time actually being in that position. At St. Leo, I took over from a gentleman by the name of Tim Crosby, who was there for 40 years. So he actually got 2 years on Maria, believe it or not. There's not many people that can probably say that. But Maria had a great career. Obviously, I've seen her every day since I've been here the last few days. She's been in and out of the office. And it's really good to have someone there like that, to have that transition. Instead of it being, coach leaves right away, she's obviously going to be sticking around. She wants to try and help out and volunteer when she can, which we're all for and we're going to be excited about. But she's going to be here on a daily basis, helping me out, trying to show me the ropes of JMU and whatnot. But, I've been through that transition before, and I don't think it's going to be too hard to kind of keep replicating what we've been doing.
What attracted you to the position here at JMU?
Well, I think first and foremost, when I saw the position came open, I knew who James Madison was. I knew what the university was about, the tradition that it has and everything. So that, to me, was a big part of why we were looking to James Madison. The Colonial Conference for tennis keeps on improving all the time right now, with William & Mary, College of Charleston, adding Elon in the mix now as well to the conference. 3-4 nationally ranked programs already there, and we're thinking we can definitely, with a fully funded program that we have, be able to push our way into the national rankings and work our way towards a Colonial Athletic Association tournament championship or regular season, whatever we can work our way into the next few years.
Talk about what your style is in terms of dealing with the players and also the style of recruits that you're looking for out there.
Yeah. For me, our number one priority is always going to be for our students to graduate from college. So that's going to be the number one priority, their academics. And a lot of them who I've met with, they've said that's what's their number one goal still as well. But they also are very ambitious. They want to improve their tennis games. They want to get better every day on the tennis court. And for me, we're looking for students who want to be all in. They want to give 100% to JMU every single day. They want to be a part of a community, and they really want to improve this tennis program to the best it possibly can. From my standpoint, I'm all about energy and intensity. So when we hit the practice court those days, we're going to be, really kind of, bringing that atmosphere out, the energy up every single day. We're going to do the individual workouts as much as we can. And then practice-wise, we're going to get the most out of them every day. And I think the biggest change they'll probably see is maybe from a strength and conditioning standpoint. That's one of the areas that I'm very passionate about. It's my background in college as well. So, I feel like between Christian and I, who's our strength coach, we can definitely put together a great program for the girls and push them even more than they've been pushed over the last few years. So we, when we put everything that I've learned over the years, what Erin's learned over the years, and then you add in all the elements and what we can do here too, I think we're going to be a success.
One other thing, scheduling. What are you going to look for in putting together a schedule over the next several years for this program?
I think right now we still have a few dates on the calendar for our spring. Our fall season's set. We're really happy about that. We're going to go to Elon and Virginia Tech a couple of times, and then we're off to the Naval Academy as well. I've got a couple of dates in the spring, probably. The Clinical Conference doesn't actually make you play every single team. You don't actually have to play any teams in the conference in order to qualify for the tournament. So we are going to try and play those teams when we can. But ultimately, we're going to try and increase the schedule to where we're playing a few more nationally ranked teams a year to push each other, to push the girls, so that when it comes to the conference tournament, we're ready for those teams. But also so we can start talking about being nationally ranked over the next couple of years as well. Ultimately, we want to have a balanced schedule for the girls where they're going to obviously have success, but also be pushed at the same time.
And then, just out of fun, what is one interesting fact about you that the JMU Nation ought to know?
JMU Nation ought to know about me. Wow. I have 2 dogs. I know a yellow lab and a little French bulldog, and they like to play and run around with each other. And my wife's going to be my assistant. Obviously, that's been mentioned before. I'm from England, so big England fan in the World Cup, even though we got knocked out already from that and everything. And golf in the evenings. Definitely got to go play some golf in the evenings to kind of relax and get away from things.
Sounds really good. Thank you for joining us. Really appreciate it.
Thanks very much. Appreciate it.
Again, James Bryce, new women's tennis head coach here at JMU. We thank you for joining us here on Madison HD Sportsnet, presented by the JMU Alumni Association.